what to expect, but we'll take a look at it and see what they come up with. See if they got any cool strats. Looks like we're gonna ban Invoker from the Radiant. Not looking to get caught in any of those tornado EMP meatball combinations. Or if it's me playing Invoker, the Sunstrike runaway combinations.
5 seconds remaining.
Alright. They decided they don't want to face up against Omni Knight. Good ban. Can really screw up the plans. Team fights. No silencer. Alright.
Dire team's turn to ban.
I feel like banning out the silencer, they're looking definitely to that's some kind of specific idea if they're banning out the Invoker and the silencer.
Radiant team's turn to pick.
I feel like those are two heroes you wouldn't normally ban unless you had specific something in mind.
Warlock.
Alright, so first pick Warlock.
Dire team's turn to pick.
Just got good good heals from the, what is it, Shadow Word? Yeah. Then we've got obviously Fatal Bonds and the Rock. All good, and
10 seconds
in drawn out
remaining.
2 fights, you can never underestimate the upheaval as well. Alright, so they're going Vengeful Spirit.
Dire team's turn to pick.
A little bit of lockdown. Got an aura, increased damage. Of course, you've got Swap. Also play a role.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds left. Don't freeze up.
Don't freeze up.
Reserve time.
Thanks, Crystal Maiden. See, I do have a co-caster. We're just going to have Crystal Maiden talking in the background the whole time. Timbersaw!
Radiant team's turn to pick.
That's personally a hero I like. He's a lot of fun to play. I'm not very good at him, but being able to jump around and cut down trees and throw spinning big saw blades out, it's always a good time. He does need a bit of farm to really get going now. So I'm serious to see how that works. Alright, so they're going
Dire team's
Necro.
turn to ban.
Which is not a bad hero against Timber or Venge. Timber is usually pretty
10 seconds
regeny.
left.
Got a lot of
Decided?
stacks in that what's it called?
5
Reactive armor.
seconds remaining.
He can be hard to take down completely, but get him down low enough, you can just
Reserve
drop the hook
time.
on him and the regen don't matter. So they decide they don't want to play up against
Radiant
Anti-Mage.
team's turn to ban.
Can understand that. And a couple of hard carries here.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Oh. Juggernaut goes
Dire
to the
team
wayside.
ban.
Alright. Sure, he was really looking forward to Omni Slash and
10
some
seconds
things, but he'll have to
remaining.
wait till at least next game.
5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
No Medusa, taking out another very hard
Radiant
carry.
team ban.
You know, the Faceless Void.
Dire team's turn to pick.
I don't know a lot of people that pick Faceless Void these days.
Legion Commander.
It's kind of an interesting ban, I think.
Radiant team's turn to pick.
But maybe they just don't want to deal with the Chrono. I guess Chrono and Timbersaw could be pretty detrimental, I suppose.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Legion Commander comes out.
Tidehunter.
Tidehunter comes out. So there's their frontline
Dire
tank.
team's turn to
Also
pick.
got the big Ravage. Kind of reset team fights. Dish out massive damage. It catches a bunch of people in it. Alright,
Radiant
Death
team's
Prophet.
turn to pick.
I'm kind of surprised to see that. Followed up by
Dire
a
team's
Luna.
turn to ban.
So we got some tower push on the Radiant now.
Radiant team's turn to ban.
I feel like Dire needs some kind of, I don't know. Not a big fan of the Death Prophet pick myself.
10
I don't
seconds
think-
remaining.
I don't think that's great here.
5 seconds remaining.
There's a lot of good ways to just cut
Radiant
right through
team's
that
turn to
Prophet
pick.
on the Radiant. You got Hook, you got Ravage and Rocks.
Ten seconds remaining.
Even Eclipse if she gets caught out alone. Alright, Weaver and Shadow
5
Fiend are the
seconds
next two
remaining.
bands.
Man stands ready.
Alright, and then there's the spin.
Dire team's turn to pick.
So it looks like we're gonna probably have a Luna mid with a Necro Warlock,
Wraith King.
and then they go Wraith King. So that's support Death Prophet or Jungle Legion Commander maybe? I don't know. Interesting lineups. We're about to see how they lane this. Team will be picking their heroes here. Oh, looks like everybody has grabbed a hero. As soon as we get started up here, we'll have to go check out the cosmetics, of course.
10 seconds remaining.
10 seconds.
5 seconds remaining.
Alright, folks. It is time to get into the game. See where life takes us tonight. So we've got some kind of infamous team over here versus... what's the other one? Not gonna show the names on the screen. Tower Showdown. Looks like the Dire's gonna win that. Ganache with the 317 locks it in by himself. He doesn't need no help taking the tower victory. Alright, so got I need to do
Prepare
these things.
for battle.
Alright. We got Shay on the Prophet, yeah, on the Legion Commander. Get Nash on the Timbersaw. Aquarius on the Wraith King, and Vengeful Spirit will be Murderous Heart. On the other side, we've got End on the Necro, T on the Tidehunter. Wonder if that's what that stands for. My Destiny on Spin, Bakito on the Warlock, and Smither on the Luna. And they're smoking up. They're going to go into the Dire Jungle and try to contest this rune right away.
30 seconds.
Smoke
to
breaks. They see him. And they're just going to push in anyway. They're coming in 4 strong. I don't know that there's anything the Dire can do about this. Wraith King walks over, but 2v4, not probably the fight they want to take right now. So it looks like they're going to push in and grab another rune here. Meanwhile, the Dire's going to push in and grab their bottom rune as well.
Nothing
Blessings upon a loyal warrior.
Alright, so let's take a look. We've got Dire Ward right there. Man, no wards coming out for the Radiant right now. It doesn't look like that's going to be a thing. We've got Necro TP in bottom now. So we've got a nice little block there. Have Venge, Wraith King lane. Probably not a... I don't know, maybe there might be some kill potential there. I feel like there really shouldn't be. There comes out some vision for the Dire. Sven is deciding to TP away. Which leaves the Tidehunter by himself, which actually makes this potential first blood. Got some body blocks. Wraithfire Blast. Some more right clicks coming in from the Venge. This Tide needs one more right click. And first blood goes to Aquarius on the Wraith King. So early lead there in this safe lane for the Dire. Take a look here mid. Death Prophet. Luna, just kind of getting a little bit of farm. Put some last hits on here. Kind of see how that goes. Looks like Luna is winning that battle handedly. Alright, so they're tri-laning here. They did dive the tower here, which is kind of surprising. Got a Timbersaw coming in. Should save some beating of the tower here, but they're definitely going to probably need to put somebody more than the Timbersaw down here if they want to keep this tower for very long. However, Sven has burnt through a big chunk of his mana. He does have some mangoes though. They're doing a creep pull here. They're going to get some experience here for the supports. Looks like Sven's decided he wants that too.
Missing top. Gold for me. Missing top.
Back this out a little bit as we can kind of see the whole lane.
Trust me, I know how to handle such power.
So the creep pull half. It looks like the Timbersaw, he's just going to jump over here, grab the rune. He's not terribly worried. Back top lane. Tide is back in lane. Working on getting a little bit of some farm. Nothing too excited. We got a Death Prophet pushing a pie on the ground there. I don't really see that being much of an issue. They did have burned through a couple of tangos here with the bottle ready for the Prophet. Looks like Venge is stacking here. I'm getting a good stack on. Alright, Timbersaw's back down here. I feel like this is our next chance for some kind of kill. Timbersaw jumps in. Might be too deep. He's going to take some damage from the Necro there. He's just going to Timber Chain through him. This Necro might be in trouble. If he can get another Timber Chain off. Well, there's the heal. That might cause some concerns with the... Oh, stun. I don't know if that was the stun of dreams. Looks like he's going to be able to get away. I did put Fatal Bonds on him, but... Is he going to tick down? He might tick down. No, he's going to be alright. Got pretty close, though.
Dire's bottom tower is being chipped
Fatal
away.
Bonds of Shadow Word doing a lot of damage. So he's gonna wander off. Let's go back up here. We got Tidehunter's managed to get himself a couple of CS, but overall this lane is pretty much going the way of the Dire, which you would expect after the first blood and the fact that they left the Tide here alone. Mid lane's going the way of Radiant, 22-14 versus 15-0. Got an Aquila finished on Luna. And got an Invid Room top up there. Gonna get that for the bottle there. Check out the Jungle Legion Commander. Got himself Iron Talon working on pulling up that Hand of Midas. Got that coming out on the courier. Does have 25 last hits as well. Only level 4 though. This Timbersaw is also about to hit level 4. Not having the greatest of times. Only 6 last hits, 3 denies. Not getting a lot of gold. May need to see some rotations for the Dire to handle that, though. Timbersaw kind of needs a couple of items. Wraith Fire Blast comes out, mostly just for some harass, it looks like. It looks like we got a rotation here. I'm going to put down some vision, yep. Shadow Word healing up to Sven. Everybody down here is level 3 and 4. Got a level 4 Timbersaw, level 3 Venge. Did put down another ward. I wonder if the Radiant saw that. They probably should have. It was right next to their ward. So they should know that that vision is there now. Nothing really happening, just some farming. An old jungle LC. Looks like a few hundred gold, 800 gold away from grabbing up that Midas. Would have kind of thought maybe they would have went for not a Midas for a jungle Legion Commander, but maybe want to make sure that Legion gets plenty of farm, I suppose.
Missing top.
Alright, so they still have 3 down here bottom. Full supports for the Radiant. Do have a duel up on Legion Commander now. See if they go to put that to use at all. Just Timber Chains through. That doesn't do a whole lot of damage. Sven's got Phase Boost finish here. Hasn't really had to burn through any of his regen. He's still got a lot of regen floating around there. As does most of the Dire down here. They haven't been able to harass them too much. Stun comes out. Nothing really to be done about that, though. Squeezes out a couple more last hits there. This Luna mid lane, though, is 46 and 20 right now. Running away with this, has got Quilla, Poor Man's Raindrops, full magic wand, and is halfway done with her treads. Getting lots of farm there. We've got Wraith King up here, has power treads, working on probably an armlet, I would say. Got a Midas coming out for the Tidehunter as well. Let's see what Necro building. Necro's building into some mana boots. Make sure you got mana. Mana is always an issue with Necro, especially early levels. Being able to have enough mana to sustain your death pulses while having enough mana to also use Reaper Scythe, which is pretty mana intensive. Cost 175 at level 1, 340 at level 2. And we got rotation in from the Luna under an invisible rune. Let's see if they notice. Ultimate comes out from... Oh, there comes the Eclipse. The stun. That Death Prophet is in trouble. And they've rotated even down the Tidehunter. I'm not sure what the Tide rotation is for. That leaves the Wraith King up top all by himself. And just puts another person in this lane. I guess if they put together a push here and take this tier 1, then maybe it's worth, but I don't know that grouping up as 5 right now for a half-dead tier 1 is what they need to do. But looks like that's what they are going to do. They're kind of running at it, but you got to be able to keep those creeps alive.
I guess Radiant fortified their structures.
That's easier said than done against a Timbersaw. Tide's got a dive in the tower. There's the Ravage. Sven with the Stormhammer. Just gonna cleave through the bench.
Dire's bottom tower needs some help.
Absolutely not.
Warlock's taking some shots here, but it looks like he's gonna get out. 100 health. Got God Strength coming out, and that Stormhammer just about does it. It's gonna take one swipe, and that is the end of Timbersaw. He probably should have just stayed out. Not worried about defending the tower. So they were able to get 2 kills and a tower out of this. Maybe it was worth. We got 2 people TPing up top here. Looking like they might want to do a go on the Wraith King. Luna's chasing. And that might be enough. Although he does have Reincarnation. Legion Commander's coming in now. Could turn things around. TP's coming. They've got a Lucent Beam, obviously. And that's going to be it. He's dead. Ain't nothing you can do about that. So, a couple of quick early rotations, a couple of catching people in the jungles. And this Legion should not have stopped to farm those camps. Now she's going to die too. And Shadow Ward's going to take her down. That was not the play.
They're beating on Dire's top tower.
Now Sven's going to clean up the camp. So we got a fight brewing up here mid. Lucent Beam.
Are those cracks in Dire's top tower?
Coin for me.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Got a Sven up here by himself just beating on this tower.
Are those cracks in Dire's top tower? Dire's snow
gonna get it.
fortified their structures.
No TP's out to stop it.
Not much good's happening to Radiant's bottom tower. They're beating on Dire's top tower.
They TP up in time to deny it, but they didn't even get to deny.
Top tower has
They just let it go to the catapult.
This will do nicely.
Looks like Timbersaw is going to escape the Luna gang squad. And this Luna has spent a lot of time rotating around here all of a sudden, and
From the goddess.
it's now fallen behind the Legion Commander as far as net worth goes. However, the Legion Commander is not used duel yet, and they are going to finally beat on this tower a little bit. But we've got a Spin and a Warlock TPing in, and that's going to be a rock. And that might be the end of a Legion Commander again. Well, looks like, yep, there's the Lucent Beam. Rotation in from the Luna. And that's going to take down the Timbersaw as well. Looks like the Death Prophet might be able to get a return kill. That's 500 gold going the way of the Death Prophet. Shay with a nice return kill, but still, that's 2 dead. Looks like they're going to work on the top lane here a little bit. We got the tower finally. Tidehunter's coming in. But looks like they're pushing this mid tower with the golem. Dropped it, might as well use it.
Someone better help Dire's middle tower. Dire have fortified their structures. Dire's middle tower is
With all the structures that Radiant's taken, they are only like 1,000 gold ahead, so regardless of the space they are creating and the pressure they're putting on, they do not seem to have that much more farm outside of the Luna.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Blessings upon a loyal
Grouped up as
warrior.
4 again here mid, putting down some vision on the
For that stretcher.
Dire Shrine high ground. So the Timbersaw's items. Finally got some mana boots, working on some blade mail. We got Wraith King over here. Finished up an armlet. Not sure what he's going to go next. Maybe an Echo Saber. Potentially a good item. Tidehunter. Got a Blink Dagger. Radiant might try to put some pressure on the tier 2 up here. You got Warlock rotating up. Jungle Legion Commander still no dual damage. 15 minutes in. Level 10. About 800 gold away from the Blink Dagger. Maybe that's what they're waiting for here. We got pressure coming in mid on the Death Prophet. It looks like they're backing up. We got a Wraith King here. Wraithfire Blast. And that should be a dead Necro. Yep, he did not escape. We got a Luna coming in though. And stun comes out. They're going to get a duel off. There's the Rock again. And still no duel from the Legion Commander. Ravage comes out. Comes the Ghosts. It's too late. Spin just jumps in, cleaves him down. Legion looks like she might go down here. Being chased by the Spin and the Golem. Wraith King still got Reincarnation. Chasing down the Spin here, trying to get a kill. And that's going to be a kill there. So it looks like they should be able to clean this up. Click on cooldown, so there's not a whole lot they can do here. Although they did kind of leave the Wraith King out on his own, and he's kind of getting tore up here.
Radiant's bottom tower is no more.
Alright, well here comes the Legion Commander. Needs to leave. Death Prophet. Are they gonna continue the fights here? No, Luna's just gonna take this chance to get the stacked camp here. Sees that it's there, decides that she would rather have that than anybody on the Dire. Gets located by the Wraith King though. Wraithfire Blast comes out. One more right click. That's a kill by Aquarius. He needs to be careful though. Necro's got the hook back up. Screwing around. That's going to be a dead Prophet.
Die young and leave a purer than
Alright, Venge is respawn. Here comes the Timbersaw back in. Look like they're going to mount a defense for this tier 2. Radiant is still pushing without the Luna. I guess they do have Spin, but he's already used God Strength. It's going to be wearing off soon, and as we know, Golem and Hook are also down. And there's a stun coming out for Spin. Got a duel coming out on the Tidehunter though. Super tanky. Probably wasn't the choice to duel.
Radiant's top tower has no.
Spin goes down though. As does the Venge. Wraith King's just going to chop through the Warlock. Turns his attentions to the Necro. Wraithfire Blast, Legion Commander, and that's a dead Necro. So 3 for 3 in the jungle this time around.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Still no dual damage for the Legion. That should be enough to finish up. Item here for the Wraith King, right? Yep. Got the Echo Saber getting finished up. Yule Scepter for the Death Prophet now. So, through all that scrapping, looks like the Wraith King on Aquarius was the big winner right now, leading the net worth at 7,400, with the Legion Commander following up with 7,100, even though they hasn't got any duels yet. And then, followed up by the Luna and the Tidehunter, both at about 6,500 net worth. And looks like they're going to deny this mid tower.
Radiant just denied their middle tower.
Deny a little bit of gold to the Dire. The Commander's doing some ancient camps. Does have a Blink Dagger now, working on a Blade Mail. Both teams are kind of grouped up here mid a little bit. Meanwhile, Wraith King is TP'd off and is farming up here. Does have a TP to come back though. Looks like he'll have to if his team wants to take this fight. They smoke. Looks like they're going to smoke towards the Wraith King. Aquarius is in a bad spot. There's a Tidehunter. Sven. He's coming in. He's going to go down once, it looks like, at least. There comes the Rock. Ravage. And that's a dead Wraith King. Followed by a dead Legion Commander. Here comes a Hook onto the Death Prophet. She's gone. Aquarius gets a follow-up kill on the Tidehunter. And here comes the Eclipse. Going to take down the Wraith King. And that leaves the Timbersaw trying to run away. And he is going to get back, but they are no way going to be able to defend this tower. With Golem up and only a Timbersaw Vengeful Spirit to defend. However, it doesn't have creeps. They had to go back and get some creeps. They might be able to buy enough time for the Legion to come back. She will respawn in about 7 seconds. Throw out some chakrams. Let's slow down the push. They do have Glyph. We'll see if they use it to save this tower. Looks like they are. Okay, they did use it. Legion is here now. Death Prophet's going to be up in a second, so will Wraith King.
Dire's middle tower just went down.
Got some TPs coming in. Here comes a stun. Timbersaw's in a lot of trouble. Wraith King gets a stun off on Necro. It's going to be a dead Necro. Now the chase is on. Let's see if they can get anybody else. Got a Yule's coming out. It's going to be another Wraith Fire Blast. Stormhammer comes in. Soul Siphon does a lot of damage though, and they'll be able to finish off the Warlock as well. So they were able to get 2 kills off the back of that, but only the supports. And the Luna is now 800 gold in the net worth lead. However, Dire says we can group up and push this 5 as well. And so they're pushing in on this tier 2. They're just going to go ham. They know that the Luna's bottom. Here comes the Sven with the Stormhammer. It's not going to be there fast enough. That is the end of a tier 2. And looks like that's going to be it for Dire. They're going to back up. Go into the jungle here, grab a few camps. Go look through at items here real quick. We almost got a mech. Mech is finished on Necro. So no mech on the Tidehunter this time. He's going straight Midas, Blink into Pressure. Looking for that double Ravage combo. Oh, we got a fight breaking out here. So we got the Ghost coming out. Tidehunter blows Ravage. Here comes the Rock right on top of Wraith King. Wraith King knows he's going to go down. He's just trying to get some damage in. And that's 1 kill. And that's going to be... he's going to go down again. He's just left there to fend for himself. And the Death Prophet with invisibility is not doing enough damage just with the Ghosts. The Necro doesn't even care. He's just pushing through them. Not a big deal to him. So that was not the engagement that Dire wanted. Okay, as we were looking through the items. We've got Blink Dagger, Echo Saber on Spin. You can quickly cleave through whole teams if they clump up like that. Warlock's a little poor. Working on getting that Aghanims out, but only has Mana Boots right now. Got Manta Style finished for the Luna. Is working on getting a BKB up. Make her a whole lot harder to kill. Death Prophet, Yule's working into, what was it, Octarine Core. Legion Commander, Blink, Blade Mail. Second highest net worth. Wraith King working with Armlet, Echo Saber. Almost got his Blade Mail finished as well. Timbersaw working on getting the Bloodstone finished. Does have his Blade Mill finished. And Venge Spirits has Mana Boots. He's 4. Working on trying to get that 4-staff finished though. Gonna help positioning and stuff in fights, maybe help some of his teammates that get stunned. Kind of surprised not to see any BKBs coming out on the side of the Dire. With the Necro ult, the Spin's done, the Lunar Eclipse, the rocks, all the magic damage, they could be nullified with that. I'm kind of surprised nobody's looking to pick one of those up just yet. Let's mention Tidehunter Ravage. Pretty much blocks something from everybody. It doesn't do a whole lot if you're getting cleaved by Spin under God Strength, but still feel like it does a lot. Luna that's maybe chased too far, and we have the first duel of the game. Comes out on an illusion. Duel was won, however, it's not going to provide anything. There's a follow-up rock. Wraith King goes down the first time. Legion's already dead. Death Prophet is able to get her ult off. There comes the hook out on the Wraith King. Wraith King's down for 72 seconds. Tidehunter jumps in, finishes off the Death Prophet. It's a disaster. 4 down, and it's probably soon going to be 5. I don't know the Timber's going to get out. Does he have a TP? He does have a TP. He missed the Timber Chain, though. He's just going straight for it. Spin, Stormhammer. Chop, chop. Team wipe. And they're going to push right down here after this tier 2. They've already got Luna running in mid here. Going to push on this tier 3. They don't want to lose a set of racks. They may have to spend some buyback here.
Looks like Dire fortified their
I don't know that a Legion Commander by itself is going to stop this.
Dire's middle tower isn't going to last long.
Not with the Necro here. This is going to be a tier 3. Should be a tier 3. Nope, they're backed up. Was able to spook him just enough. Nope, there goes the tier 3. And now the Luna Glaives are really going to go to work. Does get swapped in. That's going to be it for the Luna. Luna does go down. So big kill there.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
See if they can catch anything else on the way out.
Tower is gone.
Timber jumps in. He's going to get the Chakram off. We got a Wraith King TPing in front. He's going to be able to jump out and catch this Necro. It's going to be a dead Necro, it looks like. Spin jumped in on the backside. But did he get himself killed as well? They're going to get the duel off? No. Stormhammer stops him. And he's making a break for it.
Top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And gets the Spin with Chakram.
Radiant's bottom tower's got problems. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And back to farm. Looks like the catapult's doing a little work down here. Got it down to 400. 347. These catapults are not playing around in this patch. They drop the hammer, man. They're able to get it down to 240. Now we have a Shadow Blade on the Legion Commander. No damage still coming out on the build here. No damage from duels either. Legion Commander is not hitting very hard right now. However, she will be able to find the Warlock. And just barely gets the dual win there. But that's 8 plus 18. So, thing with Legion Commanders is the more duels you win, easier the next one gets. So, was able to finally snag the first dual win at 29 minutes. However, she's hanging around in the jungle too long. The rest of the Radiant's moving in. And if they catch her snagging up this farm, it's not going to be a hard time to kill her. They've got plenty of damage to take her down. She's still farming away. Spin's walking out. He's going to see that the camps are missing. They immediately smoke up. Shadow Blade Legion Commander. Alright, they're moving. We're going to have a fight on the shrine. Here comes the Eclipse. Hook. Legion does show up. Got the duel coming out. Finally gets another win. Wraith King goes down. Here comes the Golem. And that's it for the Legion. Looks like the Wraith King is going to follow up quick succession here. There's not much the Timbersaw can do, but just watch his buddy go down. Knowing that if he goes in there to try to save him, he too will meet his demise. So this is definitely going to be a set of mid-racks here. However, they do have backdoor regen. I don't know if these three can get through the regen enough. I do believe this should be defendable with no creeps. Misses the Timber Chain. Wraith King needs to be careful. He does not have reincarnation. And that's a dieback. And so is the Timbersaw is dead as well. And that might be game, actually. Just Separator Papa goes down. And that's the Death Prophet. So it's going to be down to the Venge and the Legion here. Again, to save the base.
Dire's middle barracks have fallen. You really don't want to lose those things. Dire's top tower has fallen. Dire's top barracks have been banged up.
Then get the set top set of racks here as well. I was trying to think if there's any way that the Dire can get back into this, but unless they can catch these guys in a bad position, I don't know that they have the ultimates that are capable of switching around a team fight. They don't have none of the big God Strength Pleas or the Tidehunter Ravages that could just completely flip a team fight. Their lineup is pretty reliant on, looks like, getting some farm in the early game, and they just don't do enough damage right now, especially with the mech. Actually, their Guardian Greaves up at this point on the Necro. Mask of Madness, Bane of all existence. Legion throws out an overwhelming odds, but nobody cares at this point. Not even the Warlock's really that worried about it. They're going to take themselves a shrine here. Warlock's got his axe done, so now there will be double rocks being dropped.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And I didn't take this tier 2, and they're just going to push straight for Megas right now. And I don't know if there's anything that the Dire can do about this. Luna's just going to walk up there, pop Manta. God Strength is now out. Spin's decided he wants to whack on these buildings a little bit. Here comes some Ravage. Rock, Fatal Bonds, double Ravage. That's going to be game. Here comes the Eclipse. Wraith King tanks just about all of them. Another duel comes out. And he does win, but he's dead anyway. We got a buyback coming in. But I don't know what a lone Legion Commander is going to do here. I've already got Megas. Finn says, I don't care. Get back in your well. Go back to your home.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
He's not even bothering to stop the smacking to the face. He's just like, whatever, nerd. You don't scare me.
Someone better help Dire's middle tower.
It looks like Dire's going to fight to the end, though, here. They're not giving up. Not going to GG out. Yeah, it looks like here goes the last tier 4. Timbersaw's going to throw out a shock room.
Dire's middle tower is falling.
in for another duel. He's able to get it off. But once again is probably about to die from this. No, she does get away. So she finally got 72 duel damage here, but it's as the throne is going down. He's able to get another kill. And that's GG. Infamous Gaming victory. Not great showing for the Dire there. Really feel like they needed to win their lanes. And did not win any lanes but the top one, I think. The way I feel. Timber got tri-laned bottom. There was no help. The Luna just kind of ran haywire in the mid lane. And while they did win the top lane, Radiant was smart and sacked that lane quickly. Let the Wraith King get some farm. Let the Tide get his levels. And the Jungle Legion Commander, with no duels till 30 minutes, did not yield the results they wanted. So congratulations to Infamous Gaming beating We Only Play Ursa. And they're going up against Afro-Peruvian Power. I'm not sure if we want to continue. I guess we could continue casting this. There's no reason for me not to.